Right. So you're talking about the homosexual agenda again, and this is to give a statement, right, with regard to because I kind of put in a position to be like, hey, in my estimation, is this activity right or wrong, right? Well, according to the Quran, according to the book, right, it is clear cut, hey. You supposed to be with a female really if you're a male, you're supposed to be with a male if you're a female and you're in a relationship, right? And you're supposed to get married, right? And have a proper family life and so on, right? Now, I just want to make it clear that even this is so, right? It doesn't mean that you have to have that burn down the city mentality, right? With respect to the LGBTQ community if they are engaging in those kind of activities, right? What and people, if you've been watching my videos previously, you would understand that when I say okay, like even if this religion and God, right, say that okay, this is wrong, right? This activity is a wrong action, right? It doesn't mean, right? That's why in the Quran, patience is always emphasized as the greatest virtue, right? Always throughout the book, you find multiple verses talking about patience, right? And also mercy and kindness and forgiveness, right? Because you don't want to adopt a mentality like a strong whole a strong like Christian mentality, like what is you burn down the city, burn down that city, right? Or how Jamaicans sometimes approach this topic too, but all of this stem from biblical colonialism stuff and thing, right? So you want to adopt a softer approach when it comes to dealing with these issues because what happened? What tends to turn people more away is when is that Christian judgment, right? In fact, that is what led people into that movement in the first place because Christian judgment is so um hardcore, right? Is like, hey, you just somebody a little different, they maybe have a little hormonal imbalance, whatever, and you cast them out because of that, or devil them because of that, right? The activity, the agenda is from the shaitan, from the Satan. But when it comes to dealing with people over these issues now, you don't approach it in a way that I have to send down hellfire, right? Send down torment and hellfire upon you because of that, right? That's not the way you deal with them thing, right? You go through a process, you go through patience, you talk to people, you be open with your children, you have conversation with your children, right? You make it known to you make it known to your children, hey, if you have any issues that you're dealing with, talk to me. You have a soft approach to your children, you have a conversational approach with your children, right? You don't have a thing, I is your choice, do what you want, whatever, whatever, right? Or either your mother pay out of the house, whatever, whatever, right? That is not the kind of approach, and that is not the way to deal with these things, right? Especially in the Caribbean, we want to change that kind of way of dealing with things, and also in the Christian community, because remember, Caribbean is highly Christian influenced as well, right? So we want to change that kind of mentality and dealing with it. Say, okay, even though God say that, hey, this is wrong and it's wrong according to the scripture and so on, right? Let us talk about it. Let us talk about it, or what might be influencing you in that direction, right? Is it something that you feel like you're born with? Is it something that you think you see on TV? Right? Is it something? What it is? Like what it is? Is it some unprocessed emotions that you have inside of you? Something to that effect now, right? Instead of or is it that you need a comfort that if you're a female, that a male in your vicinity or your surroundings, your father, your uncles, your grandparents, right, or your brothers unable to provide, so you turn in that direction, or vice versa, your sister, your mother, right, your grandmother, your aunties. Is it something that if you're uh and vice versa, is it something that these people unable to provide for you emotionally, that you turn in that direction, right? And it's seek to that's the kind of conversations as parents you need to be having with your children, instead of, hey, do this XYZ and I'll put you out of the house kind of thing. Like that's a long time traditional, well, also current in some cases, but it's a really is a it's not the right way. Let's just put it like that. It's not the right way to deal with those circumstances. And that is how I approach issues like drinking and so on. As a teenager, right, a child growing up in your home, hey, your child want to try alcohol. You, and I said this in a previous video, it's not that you encouraging your child to drink, but hey, you are the best person for your child to drink around, right? If you're I would rather my child drink in my presence if I have a child. My child taste alcohol, have the first drink of alcohol in my presence, right? As opposed to, hey, you go outside and a party first thing, get drunk, right? Have sex, that kind of thing, right? So I would prefer, right, if my child is growing up, you want to try this, yeah, I would bring it for you to try. Taste the bitterness of it, right? Taste the dirtiness, taste the nastiness of that alcohol. Do you want it again? Yes or no, right? That is my approach in dealing with that, right? You allow them to have that first sip of alcohol, or if it's a cigarette, whatever it is they want to try, right, in your presence, right? And you want to engage with us again, yes or no, right? That's how I would deal with that situation, right? So same thing. I have the same approach with these kind of realities dealing with this, right? Is a be open with your children, right? Where talking about these things, right? Concern, right? As opposed to a like casting you out of the house, so I don't want that, or I'm not talking to you again ever if you do this, that, and the other, right? This is what has actually caused all the problems, and we all know that the root, and that's why Islam, right, is helping us to deal with family issues from the root, right? If you're creating a new family, hey, how can I go about, right, creating a family that is different from the trauma that me and you, right, would have gone through within our families, right, or within our relationship experiences and family experiences, so we can start building from scratch, right? Or generations after us could start building a family, appropriate family, right, from scratch without the influences, right, of external, or little influences like the negative influences from external, so that children in a future generation have the possibility of actually being happy, sane, right, happy, sane, right, and talented in whatever, right, whether you choose sport, I like sports, whatever it is, right? So and doing things, hobbies, interests, right, that make them, keep them sane and keep them happy, right, without all these different set of things trying to manipulate and get into the way, right? So that's a conversation. That is our conversation. That um thing, right? So have a good day, everybody.